just as I thought. Trash. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Austin J, aka Augustine X. So if you're new to my channel, go ahead and hit that like and that subscribe button. It's greatly appreciated. And if you are a low subscriber, which I hope to God and Satan that you are, go ahead and hit that notification bell so you don't miss anything I'm coming up with. Why is it that when I wake up, I try to go for the whole Tyra Banks looks and then end up getting the Lindsay Lohan? Like, this is... As you can tell from the title of this video, yes, I was that girl. I was the fifth wheel on a double date. Now, it's sad to be the third wheel on a date, but then there's just a sort of rock bottomy feeling when you are the fifth wheel on a double date. You feel me? So let me jump into this story because I will not prolong anything at all. So my friend told me that he had a date with a guy. I think it was a blind date, but I think they kind of knew each other, but it was like a blind date. It was like the first time they actually like hung out like as a thing or whatever. I don't ever. I'll get big. But he was like telling me about like, you know, how like he's scared he hasn't been on a date in a while and, you know, he wants to make a good impression, blah blah. And so my dumbass, I decided that, hey girl, I mean, it's right when we get off work. How about we, like, I go with you? Like, how about I go on this date with you? I think it would be really fun because I get to, like, I'm that friend who's like, you know, I need to watch your man while you... I was like, bitch, you're a chaperone. Bitch. I was a chaperone, if I'm being real honest. I was a chaperone. We came to the conclusion that I was going to chaperone on this date. I was going to be the mom, the good aunt, the fun aunt that's going to watch out for the kids while in the movie theater. I'm in the front row, and they're all in the back row watching the movie, whatever, hanky-panky, whatever. I was going to be that person on this date. So the day of the date comes up, and it turns out that one of his friends had introduced him to this guy, and so she and her baby daddy decided that they were going to come on the date too. What? I was like, okay, I mean, that's throwing fuel on my fire, but that's fine. I can do that. I can watch everyone. I can make sure everyone's good or whatever. And so we decided after work, we got, you know, we went back to my place, we got dressed, we got cute and everything. I don't know why I was getting cute, because I mean, no, bitch, I know I was getting cute. It was for a very selfish reason. I know I was getting cute. So me, in my head, it was gonna be a double date. I was gonna be the fifth wheel. Of course, there's gonna be two guys. And like my friend and the girl, I was like, the other two guys, in my head, they're free game. Even though they have their boot up or whatever, I want them to think I'm cute. That's why I did. It was just very selfish reason. I want those two guys to be like, dang, like, your friend kind of cute. Like, that's what I was thinking. I wanted to be cute. I wanted to be cuter than anybody in the room at that point. And turns out I was. But we went over to Chili's right after we got done in my place, and we were waiting there for the friend, her baby daddy, and then the guy. The guy ends up coming. I think the guy came before the friend, because there's a funny like side story that I'm gonna tell you right now. So I think he came before. He was super chill. We're like, cool, hey, you know, what's up? Like, blah, blah, blah. Like, I don't know. Like, it was awkward. And my friend introduced me. He's like, this is my friend. But he gets there, and we decided we were waiting. I believe we were waiting for the other couple to come, and so we were like getting to know each other. My first impression, even though this is not my date, my first impression was just like he was tall, dark, he had dreads, and he was kind of lanky, and he had glasses. It was giving me Steve Urkel vibes, but on weed, and like not like the bad kind, but the good kind. Like not the kind with like all the seeds in it, but like the kind that was like very well distributed and like rolled up really good with like not a lot of spit on it. Like that kind of weed. Like that's what he looked like. Steve Urkel, like on that kind of weed, like the good kind, the good kush or whatever. And so he sits down and they're talking, and I'm just kind of like sitting on this. I tell us like, you know, hey, I'm just making sure like there's no hanky panky, like, you know, hands above the table. Like I need to see hands. And you know, at Chili's they have like a little device thingamajiggy where it's like there's game stuff on. I call it like the I Spy thingamajiggy because I feel like the cooks are back there watching me eat, and I think they get off to that, and I'm not cute. Like I turn it around like, I don't like it. That's not cute. I'm weird. We decided to play the game of oh my god. We decided to play the game of life, you guys. This is so funny, man. I don't know why it's just so funny. It was so funny. So we tried to play the game of life, and you all know how to play life. It's not hard. It's not, and a game that that takes so much intelligence to figure out, hopefully. But we decided to play, and I was playing for fun, and these bitches were playing like they were sitting down at the dinner table, you know, budgeting out their life, budgeting out the next couple years. Are they taking a family vacation? Are they not? Are they going to grandma's? Are they here for Christmas? Like, that's how they were playing the game. Like, they got booed up so fast, you guys. Like, they were booed up. He called my friend Babe, and like seconds were playing. Cause I remember, oh my god, I'm trying to remember what he had landed on, but it was something about real estate, and he was like, should we live here or here? And I was just like, boo, we're playing this for our own selves. Like, we all have a different car. Like, we're trying to play this thing. They were picking up houses in the game of life. I'm just like, what? And then they're talking about jobs, and I'm just like, where am I? I'm like, I'm ready to eat. Like, I didn't even order. Like, I'm ready to eat. It was so funny, and I just remember me sitting there. Like, it was disgusting, but I was just, bitch, I was so bitter, because I was like, I wish that was me right there. Like, we should be talking about budgeting and whatever. Like, where's my man? Like, I was so bitter, but it was so funny. And so the other couple decided to get there a little late, and, you know, we're all talking. I met the friends. I'm like, hey, how are you? By the way, the girl who hooked my friend up, her baby daddy, was gorgeous. I was eyeing him the entire time. God, I wanted him. But, you know, they had a baby, and I'm not trying to be a stepmom right now, because I will have your child call me mom in a heartbeat. Like, we will be fighting in the parking lot. I will drop your son off to school every day. Like, don't test me, because I love you, petty. But we all sit down, Kiki, we're eating, and I just kind of felt like, I thought it was going to be a fun experience. You guys, I thought it was going to be super fun to just be like, you know, the funny one of the group. And I was. But it was just like, they're here for a date, and it got to a point where like no one was paying attention to me, and I was just like, oh, okay. Like, they were talking about like, you know, the baby and how the baby's doing, and they're like, oh, well, we should go on another date. Where would you like to go? But they're talking about couple stuff, and I'm just like, exquisite, right? Like, this pasta's exquisite. No? And I was like, I thought I was there. In my head, I thought I was going to be there to talk about, you know, memes, food, and drugs. But that never happened. Like, it was just like all couple shit. I was kind of over it. And so we got done, and I thought that the day was going to be over for like that. I thought that was going to be another day. Like, I really did. Turns out it was not, bitch. We decided to go to the motherfucking bookstore. We went to Barnes and motherfucking Noble. I was so mad, because you know I don't like reading books. Like, if it's not an Insta post, I'm not reading it. I barely do. Sometimes I don't even read memes if it's more than one sentence. Like, I'm done. Like, more than like 5 letters or 4 words, I'm not reading it. Because no. Went to the bookstore, and this is where it started to get so cheesy, and I just became super over it. So we're in a little, I forgot what section it was, but my friend reads books, and he was eyeing this book that's about Ursula and her past life, and, you know, a book, a book. And the guy was like, you want to read this book? He's like, yeah. He's like, but I don't have my blah, 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 I don't have my wallet, this and that. My friend loves doing that. My friend loves saying that she doesn't have her wallet, or he don't got his money, or whatever. He loves doing that. And homeboy ended up, the day the high Steve Urkel decided to buy him the book. Buy him a $14, $17 book. I was like, so you think you're cute? You think you're, okay. Like, this just made me like the single bitter bitch that I am. I was just like, I wasn't riding for that. Like, that wasn't cute to me. Like, you don't do that. Like, I don't know. I think that's like the bitter part. It's like, you don't do that type of stuff. Like, you don't do that. I look at my friend like, but you don't offer books from no stranger. Like, what is wrong with you? You don't offer books from strangers. I was so bitter, y'all. And at this point, then I thought, no, I'm ready to go home at this point. I'm ready to go home. No, bitch, we decided to go to the mall. Like, whoop-de-doo. Like, the place that I worked at, I didn't want to be there. I just left there. I didn't want to go to the mall, and we ended up going to the mall. And so on top of that, I'm pissed. At this point, I'm pissed. I'm over it. Fuck out of here. I'm ready to go. And if you know me, it gets to a point where let's say your friend is with a dude and you don't like the dude, but you want to like pick at the dude and like pick out his flaws right in front of your friend, so it's like kind of awkward. That's when it got to. I decided to become really angry, real defensive, real quick. Like I was like, I want to be in this store. Ew, that's not cute. Put that down. Oh, he thinks he's so cute. Like that. I was like going back and forth with my friend's new boo thing. It was so awkward. And another thing was super awkward, that we were in the back of a car because we decided to ride to the mall with the baby daddy and the other best friend who, well, this is confusing. I'm confusing my friends. The car! So we're in the car and we're all riding, and it was just so awkward because like, it was like, I think it was me. No, I think I was in the middle. I believe I was in the middle of the two. I think I was in the middle. Yup. I was in the middle, bitch. No, I wasn't. I was in the middle. Was I in the middle? I was in the middle, I think. I was in the middle. That's why I was getting upset. I was in the middle. That's what started me being like, I was in the middle, bitch. And of course, it's like, I'm in the middle. I was angry. But moral of the story is, ending of the story is, they didn't hang out much after that. Like, it just didn't work. Steve Urkel was still in love with Laura, and my best friend was not ready for commitment. It was inevitable, really. So I kind of got my wish. I'm that type of friend, I hate saying this, but I'm the type of friend if, you know, I'm single, you have to be single with me forever, because that's what friends do. That's like what friends do. If you're my friend, my ride or die, my sister from another mister, because we are sisters, we're going to be single together forever until I get a man. And then if I get a man, then do you. But at that moment, I was not rocking with it. Will I go on another date like that? Yes, I would actually. So that's the end of my story time. Thank you guys for the girls who are watching, for the girls and boys who are watching me. Thank you guys so much. Don't forget to like and subscribe because it only gets better from here. I have a lot more crazy stories and a lot more crazy things that I will be doing. Don't forget to follow me on all my social media. Follow me. My main page is austin.j.exo. That is my main page, as I'm making it the main page. And then for all the behind the scenes, background, makeup-y, a little 18 and plus things that I post, all the crazy things, you can follow me on AugustineXO, because that's where all that fun, adult, crazy, that's the page I say and do whatever I want, basically. And then austin.j.exo is the page that, you know, my pastor likes to stalk. Do I even have a pastor? Does everyone have one? I think, yeah, I have a pastor. Do I? I don't really